I want to talk about the atom today. So we're going to talk about the anatomy of things. The anatomy of things. The anatomy of an egg, human, and galaxy. And then the atom itself. So let's look at an egg, a human, and the galaxy. So an egg, what you have is you basically have a shell. You have what's called the chalaza. And this is a bit twisty. So you have the shell, the chalaza, and this is the yolk. Okay? And this is the hyperboloid right here. You can see the hyperboloid. It's this hourglass shape. That's what you see when you look at the bottom of a black widow. So the anatomy of a spider. If you look at a spider, you'll see this here, legs, boom, 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 boom. And then you'll see the hourglass shape on the bottom of a black widow. There's a little black widow with the hourglass. That's called a hyperboloid. It's what you see here, this hourglass shape inside of that. It's the torus field. It's the hyperboloid. So an egg is literally a hyperboloid shape. And then you have apples or pumpkins that have this shape. You ever see a little pumpkin that looks like this, little donut? Well, everything that's visible comes from that which is invisible, which is your electromagnetic field, which I'm going to prove to you. This is how an electromagnetic field works. When you have a magnet, your magnet can attract at the top and attract at the bottom, but it can also repel at the top and bottom. So I can't stick it this way, it wants to flip around, and I can't stick it this way, it wants to flip around. But I can also put magnets on the plane of inertia here. So there's a plane of inertia. There it is. Let's see if I can get it. Bam. There's a plane of inertia here that separates the north and south pole. So what this means is that there's energy going into the plane, the halfway mark. So look. So check this out. I'm going to show you the plane of inertia. It looks like this. It's right here. So when you have your Milky Way galaxy, you have the plane of inertia of the Milky Way galaxy. So we're going to show you the human in the galaxy next. So check this out. This is the galaxy. Here's the black hole. We'll call this the source center. Now, we know that the black hole is sucking in at the center. It sucks inwards, but not everyone knows that there's an astrophysical jet stream that is shooting energy out of the top and bottom. Just like that. Okay? So the astrophysical jet stream goes out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. But also the energy goes out and in, out and in. So this is how you get the mid-pressure above, mid-pressure below, high pressure above, and high pressure below. Because the energy goes into the bottom and into the top. So what you have is energy getting sucked into the top and bottom and sucked into the sides. And I just proved that to you with my magnets here. Energy goes in the top, energy goes in the bottom, but energy also goes in right there at the side, at the plane of inertia. Let's see. Perfect. Well, let's see if I can get it there. That's because this magnet's all chopped up. Let's see if I can get like a non-chipped one. There you go. It's a little tough. Neodymium. You gotta be, you can't be too hard with them. Well, it's, there you go. Boom. That was so beautiful. Perfect. So, the energy swirls out of the top, right turning out, and then it comes into here where it swirls back in, and then it's right turning as it goes out still, and then it goes back in. So no matter what, this whole Milky Way is turning in one direction while it's coming out and in, but it's all spinning. See, that's what's happening. It's very simple. But you have the high pressure and mid pressure, so you have this happening. So just like this orange is the north mid pressure, you have the north high pressure, which goes out of the top and it swirls into the bottom, and that's what attracts the magnet. So that's why you can do this on your magnet. You can do that, and you can do this. Let me get two more. Boom. There it is. We can, so that's your Milky Way. So this is the anatomy of your body as well. You have energy, frequency, vibration. So check this out. Your body I drew a skeleton version. You have a heart chakra here. That's the soul source, or your earth heart. Okay? And from that, you have this plane of inertia, this disc. You have the mid pressure above, so it's right turning as it goes out. This one's right turning as it goes out, same thing. Donut above, donut below. So you have this, bam. And then you have the high pressure. So this was mid pressure, north and south, north, south. Now you have the high pressure. Same thing, it right turns as it goes out, this one too. And so this goes all the way around, and this one goes all the way around. So you have this, oops, ba-bam, out the top into the bottom, out the bottom into the top. Everything's going in one direction. So there you have your magnet. If you cut a magnet, and if you get this magnet, and obviously look, there's like little pieces that get broken off, and they're little magnets. So if you break a magnet into 1,000,000 pieces, oh, that's red marker. So if you break a magnet into 1,000,000 pieces, you're gonna have each little atom is a magnet. So what is an atom now? Your atom is this. What I just showed you as the entire magnet, the galaxy of the Milky Way, is what each little atom is. Every little atom has a plane of inertia, north and south pole. It's mid-pressure, high pressure. So nobody talks about mid-pressure, high pressure, and they think that your energy just goes out of the top into the bottom like a pumpkin. Instead, it swirls out of the top, swirls into the bottom. In fact, it swirls so much it looks almost horizontal. You wouldn't even tell that this is going out of the top into the bottom, out of the bottom into the top. It's so much, like it's almost horizontal. And that's why you get this plane of inertia. It's almost horizontal. See if it's like winding so much. You wouldn't even tell. But that's the point. So when you look at it, you get two different, it looks like this. Sometimes it looks like a donut where it just comes out of the top into the bottom. And sometimes people will draw it like this, where it's just like that. See, it's and then so it's actually kind of crosshatch. You can't really tell. But that's what your electromagnetic field is, and then you have the big one, and that's doing the same thing, the whole thing. So you have this giant hyperboloid. Okay, it's a giant hourglass. And that's Father Time. And so when you look at it from the top, you get this, and that's the crown chakra in India. It's all over the place. It's everywhere. So now, what is energy? This is energy. Energy is here. That's called inertia. Energy is inertia. Inertia and acceleration. It's if you pull a rubber band and you let it go, it snaps back. That's inertia energy. It's acceleration towards the 0 point. That's why it gets sucked in. That's what's sucking inwards, because the rubber band is at the center and you're stretching the rubber band, so it has to pull back. So what is stretching the rubber band? That's dimensional force. That's what magnetism is. It's the mid-pressure magnetic field or dimensional force pushing out. This is the north magnetic mid-pressure, south magnetic mid-pressure. These are dimensional forces pushing out, going out, going out. So that's what repels out of both sides of a magnet. When you have a magnet, you can repel. This doesn't want to touch here. It flips it. Oops. See, it went all the way to the other side. But this doesn't want to touch here. It'll flip. So it's repelling on both sides, but then what is attracting? Well, the mid-pressure only shoots out the top. So it doesn't, the green doesn't even go into the top. Only the south high pressure green goes into the top. This is the south mid pressure. It goes into the middle. This mid south pressure, it comes out of the center and back to the center. The south high pressure, it comes out of the bottom into the top. So we'll do that in pink. So from this soul energy, now you have this frequency, which is dimensional force. Okay? So now frequency is motion. This is stillness, a rubber band. Motion is dimensional force, which comes out. And when you pull it out, when you pull a rubber band, it has to go back in. So now constantly pulling the rubber band and letting go, pulling it, letting go, pulling, 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 it's going to constantly clap, 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 clap. And that's why everything visible, audible, tangible is vibration. Things are only visible, audible, tangible due to vibration, which is rest against motion. So if you can hear it, see it, or feel it, like lightning, that's vibration. It has so all physicality is sustained by motion, sustained. So this is dimensional force. That's rest. Now keep putting force. Force makes sound, which can end up making light. Sound creates light. Ah, aum. God said, let there be light. So as long as you have motion, you have sound. As long as you have sound, you have light. So without motion, you won't have sound, light, or audible, visible, tangible, nothing. Everything in the universe that is visible, audible, tangible is due to magnetism and magnetism only, which is the frequent clapping or pulling of the rubber band, which is the energy, ether. So energy, frequency, vibration is dielectricity, the dielectric field, which is centripetal convergence, which is blue shift. I should have put that in blue. This is radiation, which goes out. So in blue here, Dielectricity. Centripetal convergence. Blue. It goes in. That's dielectric field. It's the center. The magnetic field is frequency here. This is dimensional force. And that is what is coming out here as mid-pressure and high pressure. And then you got vibration, which is these two together create the hybrid of vibration, which is all physicality is sustained by motion. Now you have your atoms. Now you have this, everything. Now you have my whole book. So anyways, guys, that was important for you guys to see. So thank you. Oh, by the way, your eyeball has what's called a hyaloid canal. Remember we just did the anatomy of an egg? So look, this is the anatomy of your eyeball. So yeah, if you have a magnet and you break it down to its atoms, it's going to look like this. So we know the reason it's called the anatomy of things is because the anatomy of something big is the same exact as its atoms itself. So this is supposed to be the anatomy of an eyeball. So you have the eyeball, the cornea. This would be the iris. This is the cornea. This is the pupil. There's the iris. This is called the sclera. And then the inside of your eye, you have what's called the optical nerves. The optic nerve. Then you have where the light comes in, the macula and the fovea. Well, you have something else called the hyaloid canal, which goes straight from here to here. This is the light ray. When the light enters your eye, it goes straight to the macula. But this is your hyaloid canal right here that connects your lens to the back of your eye. There's your lens. This is called the hyaloid canal. It looks like the chalaza. It's called hyaloid because it's the hyperboloid. Your hyaloid canal is the hyperboloid. It's called hyaloid, Hyaloid. Your eyeball is a torus. So peace out, guys. That's it for now.